better way to demonstrate the workings of the digestive system.
I hope you don't mind that I'm eating. This is actually just my first course. For my birthday, the writers wrote me a script where I just get to eat the whole time.
And I can't think of a better way to demonstrate the workings of the digestive system.
Is actually pretty freaking disgusting. So maybe I shouldn't be eating right now.
Process nutrients.
Whatever. Waiter!
We need to function.
Though, wait a second. If I remember correctly, digestion is actually pretty freaking disgusting. So maybe I shouldn't be eating right now.
The digestive system is so fundamental that it's basically step number one in the guide to how to make an animal. You probably remember that during the embryonic development of most animals, the digestive tract is the very first thing. The digestive system is so fundamental that it's basically step number one in the guide to how to make an animal. You probably remember that during the embryonic development of most animals, the digestive tract is, and pretty much every animal has a digestive system. Some blastula, that little wad of cells that we all used to be. In fact, digestive tracts are specially adapted to animals' feeding behavior and diet. For instance, a housefly eats, and pretty much every animal has a digestive system of granulated food, but they're not all before it does that, it's got a digestive tract especially adapted to animals' feeding behavior and diet. For instance, a housefly eats mostly liquid or very finely granulated food, but before it does that, it's got a most vertebrates put food in one end of the tube, and our digestive system processes it, and then it gets rid of the waste out the other end of the tube. No muss, no fuss. Well, actually, there's a little bit of muss at the end. Less common. Most vertebrates. But the beauty of it is that this whole process is run by our autonomic processes it, and then it gets rid of the waste out the other end of the tube. No muss, no fuss. Well, actually, there's a little bit of muss and a bran muffin. Then, but the beauty of it is that this whole process is run by our digestive tract, so we don't have to think about it until maybe the very last step when we're in traffic. For instance, dogs are mostly carnivores and also scavengers. We have to think about it a little bit. Among vertebrates, sometimes the digestive tract for a while. So the dog's digestive system organs that do different things, absorb as many nutrients as possible, and for instance, dogs are mostly carnivores and also scavengers. Dogs have an extremely short digestive tract because dead for a while. So the dog's digestive system has better be able to digest, absorb as many nutrients as possible, and then deposit it on somebody's lawn all in a period of about 6 hours. Dogs have an extremely short digestive tract because cows, on the other hand, take a very long time to digest their food, around 80 hours, the bad bacteria that they have living on that armadillo carcass is going to take grass has a ton of cellulose in it, and evolution has cows, on the other hand, take a very long time to digest their food, around 80 hours. So cows have microorganisms in their guts that break down the cellulose for them. Grass has a ton of cellulose in it, and evolution has yet to produce an animal that can manufacture ecology and a lot of cud chewing. So cows have microorganisms in their guts that break down the cellulose for them. So nature is full of crazy digestion stories, and I honestly wish that I had time to tell them all, but let's focus on human digestion from now on. Mostly because you're probably a human. So nature is full of crazy digestion stories, and I honestly wish that I had time to tell them all. And two, but let's focus on human digestion from now on. Mostly because you're probably a human. We eat plants and meat, and you'll be wanting to know how your body does all this stuff. Like most animals, humans have a pretty good all-purpose digestive tract that we're omnivores after all, we eat so that it can be absorbed and used by our bodies. Generalized. The secret to successful digestion, like most animals, maximizing a bunch of different acids in more than one way. The first way we maximize surface area is on the food itself. So that it can be absorbed and used by our bodies. The secret to successful digestion is maximizing surface area in more than one way.
I got enzymes in my saliva that immediately start breaking it down. Like the outside of the boulder, as I swallow this chunk whole right now. Not only will it hurt like an apple boulder.
The rest of my digestive system will have a really hard time dealing with it.
I got enzymes in my saliva that immediately start breaking it down. Like the outsides of the boulder, as I swallow this chunk whole right now. Not only will it hurt like heck.
The rest of my digestive system would have a really hard time dealing with it because
double, triple, quadruple the surface area on the food. I'm making up apple gravel from the apple boulder. When I use my awesome
maybe even apple sand. For humans, chewing is key because breaking down our food into smaller and smaller bits allows enzymes and acids to get at them. And after our teeth have made the pieces small enough, the chemicals break them down further. And for humans, chewing is key because breaking down our food into smaller and smaller bits allows enzymes and acids to get at them. It's not just the surface area of the food that's important. The surface area of the digestive system is key to the whole process as well. Last time I talked about how we have a whole bunch of surface area in our lungs to absorb tons of oxygen. It's not just the surface area of the digestive system works. The surface area of the digestive system is key to the whole process as well. Last time I talked about how we have a whole bunch of surface area in our lungs to absorb tons of oxygen. Plus, enzymes inside our small digestive system works in much the same way. Most of the fibers with absorbing fibers on them. And no, I didn't speak. The fibers have fibers.
That's how hard our intestines work to increase their surface
area.
Plus,
last episode I was all impressed that lungs have a total surface area of 75 square meters. Fibers on small intestine. And no, I didn't misspeak. The fibers have fibers.
That's how hard our intestines work to increase their surface area.
Last episode I was all impressed that lungs have a total surface area of 75 square meters. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Digestion does not start at the small intestine, people. It starts at the mouth. Now, as you can see, this hot pocket is surrounded by some kind of bread. Call it that, bread. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Digestion does not start at the small intestine, people. It starts at the mouth. Now, as you can see, this hot pocket is surrounded by some kind of bread. Saliva, which contains bread, amylase starch, which breaks down to break down starch into glucose. The more I chew, the more amylase will get to all the different sides of the bread. And that's why the more you chew bread, the sweeter it tastes. Amylase doesn't really do much to the meat of the cheese in this thing. I've got other enzymes and acids that are going to work on them later on in the system. But I am going to chew all that stuff up real good right now so that those other enzymes can do their jobs later. Amylase doesn't really do much to the meat of the cheese in this thing. I've got other enzymes. So now the masticated hot pocket is going to work on them later on in the system. But I am going to chew all that stuff up real good right now so that those other enzymes can do their jobs later. I'm going to swallow trachea when I swallow. So now the masticated hot pocket is passed down my respiratory system. So this ball of food that I just swallowed actually has a scientific name. It's called a bolus. Cool flap rides a kind of wave of muscle action down the trachea when I swallow. This wave-like contraction up in my respiratory system. So this ball of food that I just swallowed actually has a scientific name. It's basically how most of the movement in your digestive system is accomplished. Now my hot pocket bolus is wave-like contraction, which is where the muscles really starts getting manhandled. The stomach basically takes a scorched earth approach to digestion. It's not messing around. It's like a churning cement mixture that can contract and expand in my stomach now, which is where the food really starts getting manhandled. The stomach's job is to turn everything over and over, smushing and mixing all the pieces up with its cocktail of acids. It's like a churning cement mixture that can contract and expand. Gastric juice is mainly made up of hydrochloric acid, an enzyme called pepsin, called rugy. Your stomach's job is to turn everything over and over, smushing and mixing all the pieces up with its cocktail of acid. If you got it on your hand, it would give you a chemical burn. Gastric juice is mainly made up of hydrochloric acid, an enzyme called pepsin, and some mucus. And the pepsin, hydrochloric acid, has a pH of about 1. Now that mucus that if you got it on your hand, it's there to protect your stomach so that it doesn't down and hopefully digest itself. When you don't have enough of that mucus, and the pepsin starts breaking down proteins into amino acids. Now that mucus is important, and the water's just in there to protect your stomach so that what you want by the time your food leaves your stomach. When you don't have enough of that mucus, you get peptic ulcers, liquidy slop that you might be familiar with from the last time you had a stomach virus. And the water's just in there to make everything all soupy because I didn't want to bring diarrhea into it too much because, you know, I've been eating. But when something bad is going on in your digestive tract, your body doesn't worry too much about absorbing nutrients. It just wants to get the kind out of there. So kind is what you see diarrhea into it too much because, you know, I've been eating. Anyway, there's a little valve or sphincter, but your body doesn't worry too much about absorbing nutrients. It just wants to get the chyme out of there. So chyme, the very beginning of the small intestine, is called the duodenum. This is where a lot of the small intestine there's a little valve or sphincter between the stomach and the small intestine that regulates secreted, like bicarbonate, which neutralizes the gastric acid. The very beginning of the small intestine is called the duodenum. This is where a lot of the small intestine action happens, by which I mean lots of things get absorbed and also secreted. And again, the reason it's so good at absorbing is because all of the surface area. Now the coolness of the small intestine, a lot of that surface area comes from the fact that despite its name, your small intestine is freaking long. And again, in a human, it can range anywhere from 4.5 to 10.5 meters.
But that's not all.
The whole inside comes from the fact that despite its name, it has tons of ridges and folds in it. Surface area to the max. In a human, it can range anywhere from 4.5 to 10.5 meters.
But that's not all.
The whole inside is lined with epithelial tissue and has tons of ridges and folds in it. Each villus, which is only like half a millimeter long, is covered in tiny little microvilli, providing even more surface area. In fact, apparently, the small intestine has a texture kind of like each villus, which is only like half a millimeter long, is covered in teeny tiny little microvilli, providing even more surface. So another thing the small intestine does with the small intestine has a texture kind of like velvet, stuff like this milkshake. Near the top of your small intestine is a little pipe. Great. Now I eat the milkshake by the liver and stored by the gallbladder. Another thing the small intestine does with the help of its friend the gallbladder is break down fatty stuff like dish detergent. Near the top of your small intestine is a little pipe where bile salts. It takes hydrophobic fat molecules stored by the gallbladder fatty acids and monoglycerides, which can be absorbed by all that epithelial tissue. Works like dish detergent on a pan you just fried something in. It's an emulsifier. It takes hydrophobic fat molecules and breaks them up into fatty acids. After your food passes through those yards and yards of small intestine, the chyme goes through another sphincter and enters the cecum, the beginning of the large intestine. The large intestine's job is to remove most of the water and bile through those yards and yards of small intestine. The chyme goes through another sphincter. It's called large because it's wider than the small intestine, but it's not nearly as long. The large intestine's job is to remove most of the water and bile salts from the chyme, so you don't have constant diarrhea. So also, should mention at the end of the cecum wider than the small intestine, but it's not nearly as long. It's basically for a long time we thought the appendix was a worthless vestigial structure that we used to need. Also, should mention at the end of the cecum, however, recent studies are finding that the purpose of the appendix in modern humans is probably for a long time we thought the appendix was a safe house for all the good bacteria vestigial structure that we used to need at some point. If you get a virus or food poisoning or something, however, recent studies are finding that the purpose of the appendix in modern humans is probably the appendix has a little sample of your safe house for all the good bacteria to help you recolonize after your food. So I think you're probably familiar with the final step in the digestive system. That's get it all out of me. The appendix has a little sample of your gut 3 days in your digestive tract to help you recolonize. And a lot of that time is spent in the large intestine. So I think you're probably familiar with the final step in the digestive system. That's prepping your poo for its great entrance into the world. Can spend as long as 3 days in your digestive tract, and a lot of that time is spent in the large intestine. There are two of them, and you know, out in the world, the chyme live its own life, and that's the end of our little tale here that begins when it's done. It passes through everybody's favorite sphincters, the anal sphincters. There are two of them, and you know, out in the world, the excretory system. Until then, that's the end of our little tale.